I believe I know the answer to this already, but I'm going to ask it anyway. When you were in school, did you like taking tests? I didn't. Most people probably didn't like taking tests. Just the word test makes some people very nervous. I've seen it in the classroom many times. During class, students can interact with you and they can answer questions, but when you put those same questions on a test, they freeze. Their hands sweat, they get nervous, their minds go blank. Earlier today, I was typing a test for my college students, and I began to think about the tests we face in life. In the classroom, for instance, the student must pass the test to receive credit for the course they're taking. Another example would be when a person applies for a job. They must pass the job interview, and if they do, they still may be on a 90-day probation to see if they can really do what they said they can do. Life is just a series of tests. Every day you're faced with them. We don't always think of things as a test, but you have to make decisions every day and believe or hope you make the right decisions. Just driving down the road in your vehicle's a test. It tests your driving ability to see if you can negotiate the traffic or any unforeseen, unexpected incidents. Life just presents us with more tests than we really would like to have, but tests are essential to our maturity. They're essential, but they become a necessary part of life because in general and specifically in certain areas, they're necessary. They're very important to show who we are, what we can do, what we know, etc. The Apostle Paul started a church in a place called Thessalonica. Later he wrote a letter to that church, and he said this in 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. He said, "We were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel, and even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but God who tries our hearts." Paul was telling them that God trusted him with the gospel, and God allowed him to speak the gospel. Then he makes something really clear. He said that he was trusted with the gospel not to please men, but to please God who tries or tests the heart. If you're trying to pass the test of pleasing people, you will surely fail the test. You're not going to please everybody. If your desire and goal is to please God, some people will be happy with you and others will not. You're not going to please everybody. You're not going to please some people, you're going to please others, and it puts you in a dilemma sometimes. It gets people upset with themselves, because we're trying to please people. You're not going to please everybody. Remember, the test God gives us is a test of the heart. The test He gives is a test of the heart. People are not the ones giving or grading the test. God is. He's the one who determines if we pass or fail the test. God allows life's test to come to us, to mature us, and to see what is in our hearts. So no matter how tough life's test may be, God's not looking to see if you make an A or a B or a C. But if your heart is right with God, He's looking at your heart. Let me ask you this. Did you do your best to be obedient to what His Word says? Was your attitude, your desire, and your goal to please Him? Did you exemplify the character and the nature of Jesus in your life? Let me paraphrase something the Apostle Peter said. He said this: "The trial or the proving or testing of your faith is much more precious than perishable gold that's been tested by fire." So the question would be, why is that so? He answers that for us because one day the trying of your faith will result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of the appearing of Jesus Christ. God allows people and things to be part of the test He gives us. He's purifying and maturing the hearts of His children by giving us test in life. So if people are making you feel like you're not loved because you don't measure up to their expectation, don't believe them. Don't believe them. Believe this. God loves you, and I love you. You are a loved person. Focus on believing God and pleasing God, not people. And let's not wait till Jesus appears. Let's go ahead now and bring praise and glory and honor to Him now from hearts that love Him. Let's pass the test. Be blessed.